All right, we got a fresh week for fresh opportunities. And if you look at it the right way, kind of a fresh start. Each week can be that. Really, each day. I mean, if you want to really break it down. But yeah, it's a fresh week. Gonna start with some back, like always. I feel like as of late, my motivation has been kind of waning and not as high as, well, let's say, as pretty much anybody would want. But that's the thing. It's like motivation is going to come and go, but it's trying to find methods and things that work for you to keep you going, even whenever the motivation does kind of dwindle and go down. And that's usually just building a consistent work ethic and not even dedication. I was going to say dedication, but that's not really the right word. But just building that consistency of showing up every day, week in and week out, even when you don't usually, when you don't really feel like it. That's something that, like, motivation is just 9 times out of 10, or maybe even 10 times out of 10, that's what usually gets someone started. You know, they get motivated, they want to make a change, they want to make a difference in their life, but that's not always going to be motivation driving that. And whenever the motivation does go down, it definitely makes things more challenging. So, like I said, you just got to find methods to keep you going, because how are you going to go to the gym whenever that motivation goes away and you just don't feel like it anymore? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people can find that pretty difficult to push past and to keep going, and especially whenever you're maybe not seeing the results you want, or you finally do hit that plateau, because that's going to happen. I don't care who you are. You're going to hit a plateau, and whenever you do, it's like, okay, how do you respond? Because that's a lot of what goes into the gym is, and being able to stick to it for a long period of time, and hopefully a lifetime, is how you respond to certain things, because you're going to hit plateaus. You're going to have times in your life where motivation is way down and maybe even non-existent, and you're finding it really hard to even keep going. So it's like, how do you respond to those things, and how do you, again, find methods to keep that drive and that ability to just keep showing up even whenever you don't want to, really.
Uh,
And I found what kind of works for me is, one, I always say this, but maybe I got a little bit of a screw loose. I will fully admit that. I just love training, but I know most people don't love it. Maybe they slightly enjoy it and they have fun here and there, but to truly love it and to be able to just keep going, it's it's a very rare breed that genuinely, after years of lifting, they still have that same love. Anyways, what I have found that works for me is having those long term goals combined with short term goals. Because even if you're not motivated, if you're a person that sets a goal and you're really goal oriented, this is a tried and true, I won't say easy, but it's a pretty good method to keep you going. Like I said, even when motivation does kind of dwindle. But short term goals are goals that are more obtainable, and they're more obtainable pretty fast. So it's like, say, like, you want to lose 5 pounds. That is a short term goal that you can achieve realistically in at least a couple weeks. So that's a short term goal that can keep you motivated and not again, not even necessarily motivated, but kind of give you a goal to try to meet, and so you have that reason to keep going short term. Something you're kind of reaching and striving forward and moving toward. And then a long term goal might be, you know, if you're pretty overweight, just to keep this simple, a long term goal could be you want to lose 50 pounds. Obviously, you're not going to accomplish that in 2 weeks, but that's something that you can accomplish in, I don't really want to put a timetable on it, but let's just say 6 to 8 months. If you diet hard, keep your protein high so you try to go on as much muscle as you can, but that's more of a long term goal that you don't want to keep in your head every day because it can be daunting. But maybe just write it down or put it in your phone and know that that's something. Once you hit that 5 pound loss, smaller goal, and then you kind of keep making those smaller goals that end up equaling and having you come out and reach that longer term goal. So it's like almost like a, you know, stairs, if you want to look at it like that. Each step that you go up or down, I want to look at it, is leading you to that bigger long term goal. But each step is a smaller goal. But if you want to stick to a gym routine and actually make it a lifetime, you got to have something you're striving toward. If you're just going to the gym and kind of aimlessly just wandering around, hitting machines, not really knowing what you're trying to accomplish or what you're even doing there. And I'm not trying to sound like I'm hating on people that don't know what they're doing. I've been there. That's not even what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to say is, if you don't have a goal or goals like I just laid out, it's going to be really hard to stick to training because you're going to feel like you're not really moving towards something. You're not obtaining anything in the gym because you're just kind of wandering around. So you got to have those set of goals to give you that reason to go in there and know, okay, this is why I'm training and this is what I'm trying to do. It'll make it, again, it's never easy and it shouldn't be easy training, but it'll make it more simple, more simple for you to grasp and kind of get a hold of and get in that routine of training. Anyways, let's get in here and lift some weights.
Hey man, you got some massive arms.
What's up?
I said you got some massive arms.
Oh, thanks, man. Took me long enough, but I got them.
Is that right?
Yeah, 15 years straight.
Oh, hey, do what you got to do.
Yeah, yeah.
It's paid off.
I could be, I could be addicted to a lot worse things, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I try to tell myself, anyways.
Yeah, yeah. That's what you got to do. You just come in, do what you got to do, and
I mean, I enjoy this, so
yeah,
you know, I think that's about the only thing that's kept me going. You gotta find a way to enjoy it, or it's hard to keep going. You know what I mean?
exactly.
It really is.
That's what keeps me moving. So
Yeah,
well,
for sure.
I just wanted to
Hey, I appreciate it.
yeah.
Ah. All right, what do you say we go a little lighter? Do a couple more sets. One more. Well, other than my forearms being little pussies, little pussy ass bitches, I felt pretty good. Like actually, my lats are um, hurting in the best way. But I was trying to focus on, I went heavy on the first three, per usual, like always, But I was trying to focus on, even while doing the heavier stuff, not necessarily how much I'm lifting, but how I'm lifting it. I don't always like to say that kind of stuff because I feel like people take that, I don't know, I guess the wrong way. But because like when you hear someone say it's not about how much you're lifting, but how you're lifting, I feel like some people take that as to go maybe lighter than they should. You know, like you still want to have pretty heavy weight on there that challenges you, but that it's heavy enough to challenge you, but not too heavy that you lose your form and lose your control. So it's a very fine, delicate line you're trying to walk, and you get better at figuring that out the more you train. But like even more so today, I was just trying to focus on really driving with my elbows and squeezing my fucking lats as hard as I could, and it worked. Like I'm not gonna lie, as I'm sitting here, my lats are just they feel like they're blowing up more and more, and just filling with blood and burning pretty fucking bad actually. So it was at 5 sets, 5 sets and a drop set. Pretty good. I'm gonna do some kind of row next. Probably be unilateral. Well, yeah, we'll see. But that's what I'm thinking and leaning toward right now. So it'll kind of be one arm at a time. But we shall see. I might change my mind by the time I get over there. I tend to do that. Uh, that's some heavy ass shit right there. And I swear I'm not stroking my own ego. That's legit heavy. Fuck. Drive with your fucking elbows, and that'll solve almost all, probably all of your problems with back day. If you're having a hard time feeling it in your back, as you should, just think about driving with your elbows. Now, that's not going to solve everybody's, but I feel very confident in saying most people, that's their issue. And I've even been a victim of this. But with back, it's so easy to let your hands, your forearm, and your biceps take over and do more work than they should. They're going to help. You can't get around that. They're always going to help. They're a secondary muscle in any kind of back movement. So you can't get around that. But to try to maximize back and lat, just think about driving with your elbows. All right. So I'm not going to lie. I'm feeling it in my back. So fucking good, man. Like it's, I don't know, you guys probably can't see. I literally just got goosebumps over it. I'm such a fucking loser. Who gets goosebumps over this shit? Me, goddammit. Alright. I don't know, maybe some bodyweight pull-ups again. I've done that the past couple back days and I've liked it. So unless something changes, I'm thinking pull-ups next.
The clock won't look away. It keeps my name engraved. I'm folding up the day like paper in my hands. Your voice is miles behind. A train in another line. I watch the window slide and miss it by a breath. I can feel it go, the sand in the skin. Every little second pulling me in. Hold me close, hold me now. I'm falling through the sound. Running out of time, running out of time. Oh, I can feel it shine and fade inside. Running out of time, running out of time. Hold me for the ride before I lose the right before I lose the light. If the night takes my name, let it take the ache. I've been reaching for dawn with a heart too late. Still I hear you call through the afterglow. One last open door, one more chance to go. Running out of time, oh I can feel it shine and fade inside. Running out of time, running out of time. Hold me for the ride before I lose the light.
Man, I don't think a back day. I don't think a back day can get much better than that. And I'm not exaggerating. That was phenomenal. Like fucking phenomenal. And that last exercise I did, I only did once, or yeah, I only did one set, but I did a drop set right after. That's something I'm gonna try to incorporate back in to my back day, because with lat pull downs, everyone is susceptible. I've done it. I think everybody's done it if you've trained long enough and you're actually, putting forth true intensity on a lat pull down. You want to slightly, have your head and chest up, lean back a little, and then from there, just drive with your elbows, pull the bar down. But as the weight gets harder, and I don't care who you are, I think everyone's done this. As it gets harder, every now and then, there might be a day where we're not as focused or whatever it is, but you lose form, you start to lean back more and more and more, and you kind of get out of position more than you want. Well, when you lean a bench forward, like I had it, and you're leaning forward, you can, you can arch, and I wouldn't even call it leaning back, but you can kind of lean up more as it gets harder. But that actually engages your back more because you're already leaned forward. So the more you kind of arch up and lean with it, I mean, you can only go so far. You can't completely go backwards like you can sitting straight up on a lat pull down. So when you're starting from a leaning position, that angle keeps you strict. And as it gets harder, like I said, you can kind of lean up, but all you're doing is arching your back and you're flexing your back more to get out of that leaned position. So it's actually, one could argue, engaging your back even more. So it's like a win-win. And I only did one set in a drop set. Granted, it was after doing 5 sets of lat pull downs with a drop set, 3 sets of single arm rows with a drop set, 3 sets of pull ups. So my back was already pretty fucking pumped. But man, that felt great. And I was feeling it in my back in ways that I haven't felt in a while because it's so strict. You know what I mean? And that goes to show, like I said at the very beginning, it's not always about how much you're lifting, but how you're lifting. And at the end of a workout like that, I think that rings true even more because at the end, even let's just say from like the middle to the end of your workout, so at least half of your workout, but probably, if we're being honest, 70 to 80% of your workout, your strength is going to start to go down pretty dramatically. You only have so much top end strength and endurance for that, and then it starts to dwindle. So from like middle to end for sure, like I said, maybe even before the middle of your workout, uh, your strength is not going to be top end. So there's no sense in trying to be Superman, if you will, in here. It's more about just picking a weight that's right, that challenges you enough to create stimulus to grow, to challenge you, but you can also keep your form true. You don't lose your form. You don't lose the contraction, the isolation. You guys see me, my first 2 to 4 sets, almost every workout except for leg day. Leg day's different. But my first 2 to 4 sets, I go heavy. That's where I know I'm my strongest. I'm fresh. I'm coming into the workout fresh. So I'm peak strength. For whatever it is that day, that varies from day to day. But I know at the beginning, that's the time to lift heavy. I'm my most fresh. And depending how I feel, if I feel really shitty, like there's almost every day last week, I kind of felt like that. I only did 2 heavy sets. And then I immediately started backing down. Not too much. I backed down just enough, like on a bench press, maybe 20 to 40 pounds. Back down just enough to where it's lighter, but it's still pretty heavy weight for me. And it challenges me, but I can control it better. Theoretically, do more reps, feel it in the area I want to feel it. But yeah, that exercise, I'm going to try. I got to remember with my shit memory, but I'm going to try to start doing that every back day. Probably at the end, because it's hard to go heavy enough on that machine, but man, it felt good. That's a wrap, though. I'm gonna go do some cardio. See you guys tomorrow for chest. Well, I'll save those thoughts for tomorrow, but I have no idea what I'm even going to start with tomorrow for chest. But anyways, I'll see you guys then.